Just kind of piggybacking on that question, because you know both those players really well, obviously from previous stints. How different does it make this team now versus the 3 games earlier this season? Obviously, both those guys weren't there.
I think, as I said, Bouwmeester adds a left-handed defenseman who moves the puck and plays in a lot of situations. He's a good player. I mean, you've seen him more than I have. We watch and we hear everybody raving about him. He's a good player.
Darryl, how do you keep players from, it's a natural tendency sometimes to try to repeat what they did last year and not treat what's happening out there now?
You know, the experience of being there, Brian, of not just winning, of playing a lot of games in playoffs helped our players tremendously. And you know that from talking to them, young guys that hadn't played playoff games or had never won a series. That's what helped them the most. So how do they use that, or how do they channel that in the right way, is knowing that they don't look too far ahead, and they've seen that during the regular season. That was the best part about our hockey club the whole year, was not ever getting ahead of themselves and handling all the attention the way they did, and it's the same thing, that it doesn't bother them now either. That doesn't result in or being able to predict wins or losses, but it's certainly not going to affect the way they play. They're not going to look ahead. That's why they're a good club.
Darryl, everyone obviously wants home ice advantage. You guys never had it last year. Always open on the road and seemed to gain momentum from what happened early in those series. Here we are again opening on the road. What's the benefit of that scenario?
I'm not sure, Pierre. If you look at because of the condensity of the schedule this year, and we start right away, so we didn't get that. Obviously, we'd have preferred to be playing on Wednesday or Thursday, something like that, and not having to travel, but we fell short of that. Last year, if you look at it, you know, there was lots made out of the gaps between series, basically because the series were shorter. But if you look at it, in the first round last year, we played 1 game in 5 days between games 3 and 5. I think 1 game in 6 days. And the second round against St. Louis was the same thing. So there was, I think, 1 game in 5 days. So I'm not sure the benefit. Well, you know what? I just know that the first 4 games are in 6 days, in this one, and that's tough when you got some travel and you get to play at 8:30 at night. You know, you just look at that alone between the second game and the first home game for us at home. If there's overtime tomorrow night, you can see how your travel is going to be, and you know, and playoffs is also about your top players playing a lot of minutes. So how is it going to affect those guys?